I nigga know what time the show starts.
One way to start the show. Maybe Spider Cam here, aka the villain of the Blur Cartel, also known Cam McMahon on Friday Night Yerrr. But you can follow us on YouTube, and we be talking wrestling, the Blur Cartel on TikTok. You know, there might be some gooning talk in there also. So
damn, not goon talk.
Yeah, it's goon talk apparently.
Shout out to all the golden gooners out there.
If you need to, holla at them. And then we got a lot of
please don't holler at me. Don't listen to that. Don't holler at me.
Okay, my fault. Afro County 35, the local neighborhood scumbag.
Yerrr.
And we also got Earl 2 Goat Wrestling. Catch him on TikTok, Instagram, talking wrestling. How you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling all right.
First time on?
Yeah, first time on. I'm shocked. You know, I am totally shocked. But I'm glad to be here. You know,
we are a shocking group to be around. I'm not gonna
under your roof for the first time ever. So,
and many more. So
many more to come.
There was a lively weekend of wrestling with AEW, NXT, and WWE running the same weekend. Of course, Saturday night main event on Saturday. I mean, we ain't going through all the matches. That's like 15.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I just don't want to hear nobody complaining about that R-Truth match because that shit was magic, brother.
Yes, sir. The talking point.
It was magic.
I know how content works, yo.
Ron Cena versus John Cena.
Yep, Ron Cena. Ron Cena versus John Cena.
Not a wild sprees in the chat.
Damn. I ain't seen Sprees in forever, yo.
He never shows his face. We just started.
Well, no, the nigga ain't never gonna turn the camera on.
Never.
Whoa. What type of Disney shit we're getting into? Talking about what he wants to see my face here.
It's too much gooning in the chat. We're not Reese. We're not talking about gooning on here.
We can't talk about gooning here, y'all. We have too much gooning in.
All right, I retract my shout out to the Golden Gooners. I apologize.
Right. We'll just go through a synopsis of all the matches.
The Golden Gooners is crazy.
The tag match was Sami Zayn, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. We thought Sami Zayn's going to join them, but they got Bronson Reed. 6 tsunamis later, all is forgiven. What do you think Bronson Reed making the team?
The third man has been revealed, and it was a big Australian Samoan matchup. So, I mean,
I think it was a big letdown.
I disagree. I think for the sake of the story, it was a really good pick because it shows that Seth is serious about this takeover shit to where he's willing to bury the hatchet with someone who fucking took him out for an extended amount of time. You know what I mean? It shows he's willing to fucking do what it takes to claw his way back to the island of relevancy, so to speak.
So I like how you said that. I like how you said that he's willing to work with business. If that's the case, do you see him potentially healing it up and potentially fixing things with like people like Roman Punk then in the near future? I mean, obviously wouldn't be now, but in the near future, do you think so?
No. Them niggas gotta hate each other forever, bro.
Yeah.
It's
because you said
it would feel like the most disingenuous shit ever if we ever got us. Because, like, y'all niggas really talked about, it'd be one thing if we were like, oh, some of this is definitely a work, but we know everything before 2022
Did he disconnect, I'm guessing?
You know what I mean?
You know who I really thought I wanted to see, I'm not going to lie, and even though I know he's involved in the court case, was Brock fucking Lesnar.
That would have been something.
I think Brock is the equalizer that would have just made Paul put a smile on his face and been like, hey guys, look, wrestling's next big thing and wrestling's previous big thing here in the ring, culminating with Seth. With the guy right now, Seth freaking Rollins. But
see, as cool as that would have been, I don't think it would have made sense because it's like Paul Heyman has turned on Brock Lesnar multiple times. Like Brock is big and shit, but he ain't dumb.
Yeah.
he probably would have been like, yeah, even if it is all business, I think Brock would have seen it coming. Now, if Brock were to come back and link up with Roman and Punk, that'd be something
I think that's more
could work.
plausible
I'm
than
not saying that.
teaming up with Seth.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the idea of Brock linking up with Braun and Seth and Heyman, that wouldn't be dope. I mean, that's
an
looking at it from
that's
Brock's perspective. What reason do I have
to believe that?
Do I have to trust Paul Heyman ever again?
I mean, it's like it. You know how the saying goes. It's like I'd rather go back to the devil that I know than the devil that I don't know.
Than the devil you don't.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
but you still go back to a devil.
Listen.
You might need to.
Let's move on a bit from that match. Nothing too crazy. It was alright, not the best match. Also, Jesse Ventura marking out on
bisexual Undertaker
walking out the cage.
Goddamn Scottish psychopath. You love to see it.
Jesse, that might be the last time y'all commentary. How do y'all feel about that match? Do you think there needs to be a double turn? Do you think Drew needs to go face and Damien just goes heel after that?
No, I don't like face Drew McIntyre, bro.
I don't like him face either. This troll McIntyre is
I
so
prefer
good.
him as heel.
I love the phone and doing the peace sign like that. That's just so good. And his mic skills are excellent when he's really on his heel shit. So that's definitely something I really want to.
So we all disagree with a double turn. That's fair. And I did want to ask this though. Honestly, be honest. Do you remember this fucking match? Because I do not remember this match.
I remember that.
Okay.
I actually do.
I remember
that was promoted.
What match?
That was actually promoted pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't. But I didn't expect some crazy fucking spectacle Marvel match from Jey Uso and Logan Paul.
Yes, and I said the same thing.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, I thought this was the gimme match. Like, just so fucking Jey can have one or two title defenses before Seth inevitably takes the belt back. I figured this was just one of those matches. I didn't expect this to be anything crazy.
Yeah, man. I agree with you 110%.
Honestly, yeah.
To me,
I think just overall, I think we need to start voting.
I wish Jey Uso was
lowering the expectations of what
if he was as good in the ring as he is over with the peeps, he'd be top tier.
I don't know. I just feel like the whole show in general was kind of a little lackluster.
But I mean, it's not like
that's what I'm saying.
This is a real.
Get rid of them expectations. You can't expect it to be like you can't expect it to be a PLE. It's basically an extra.
Saturday Night Main Event.
I don't thinking that it's going to be.
I don't expect it to be a PLE.
I'm not saying that you're doing that.
Better run show.
Just think of it as one of
Saturday Night's Main Event was never like a spectacle. It was never
bullshit like that. Just think of it like I always think of main event like that. How they do like the winner is coming, like the regular free cable specials, the AEW runs. I think a Saturday Night Main Event is one of those. That's just
Spring
me personally.
breaking, some shit like that.
Like I agree I agree with Spring.
I'm not looking to Saturday
night improvements on the booking. And
there can always be booking improvements.
Like
I'm just saying, I'm not looking for
Saturday night. Start making some of these shits a little more exciting.
Okay.
What you mean a little bit more skinny?
I meant to do a little bit more. There's a sense of urgency that hasn't been on any of the Saturday night's main events that we've had, with the exception of the Cody and Kevin Owens stuff from the first one back at the end of December. Yeah. I don't think any of these have really had like an oomph or like a sense of, hey, this is some shit you gotta watch on a Saturday night, especially when we got an NXT PLE the next night that blew it out the fucking water. Like you
I'll
gotta.
say,
I don't expect maybe
let's
a level
talk about
or
it,
Rumble level,
because that shit was
up the excitement just a little bit. You know,
Battleground.
I'll say this.
Battleground was better
real
than
quick.
that.
Real quick about Saturday Night Main Event. So when we see a tag match like CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, we build our own expectations upon ourselves to think Sami Zayn is going to turn, and we have to watch it.
See, I didn't think that.
Yeah. A lot of
the same way when I said,
yeah.
Never mind. I was about to bring up old shit about like how y'all niggas never believe in me. Jamel, Cam,
you gotta let that go, Cam.
I'll never let it go.
You gotta let that go.
I feel like I was fucking crazy.
We passed that.
That's too much ago,
I'm not past it, motherfucker. I'm not past
it.
it.
Live in the now.
I always end up thinking about these motherfuckers made me feel stupid for a minute, and then I was right.
You know what it is? It's like we borrowed $5 from Afro. Anywho, where my $5?
Look, we will be old 10 years from now.
The comedy man.
We will be old. Give me 10, 20 years. I'm gonna be like, you remember when you motherfuckers didn't believe me when I said Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman were in cahoots? You remember back in 2025 when you
told me that you think you won money off that or something, you know?
I should have, the way y'all was treating me.
I don't remember treating you bad. That was probably Cam. That was more Cam. I was missing.
Yeah, that was Cam. Really made nigga feel like he was dumb. Like that shit was never gonna happen. And then it was.
I guess.
Ron Simmons.
Can we get your opinion on Ron versus John?
Even though it was a comedy, it was a comedic match. To me, this was a spectacle of what's to come. It was a spectacle. I'm not gonna lie. If we could like dial in,
you didn't enjoy it.
We all enjoyed it. I think to a lesser degree.
I enjoyed the last couple of minutes. I'm not gonna lie.
I loved the whole fucking thing, yo.
It was good. It was good. It was good. I had to actually watch it again just to kind of like watch it from a analytical mindset. Because I was just like,
you gotta separate yourself from the fan.
Yeah, like and I could see later on down the line, like, and then not only that, but you also gotta watch Ron the Truth Killings, R-Truth's video on, Cena's gonna turn. He's not gonna be all the way bad. Like, I have a feeling like
R-Truth dropping spoilers.
Yeah, he's dropping spoilers. Like, either them next upcoming couple of pay-per-views will showcase a soon-to-be face Cena, because I don't think he's gonna end his last year's run in December being a heel. Like, it's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I love the
fact that R-Truth is in this spot.
I think it'd be cool if it did, though.
Like, even though this is a one-time thing, I love that R-Truth is getting his shine. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, I love that shit.
Me too.
Good for
Me too.
Good for Ron.
Ron Killings. Shout out Ron Chinna.
I still think Ron is undoubtedly one of those guys that I still wish is so highly underrated, but my man really sacrifices a lot. Like, I don't get me wrong, I wish he was still, like that mid-card champion like he once was, but I think Ron knows that due to age, he just can't be that champion right now.
Yep.
I think he knows due to
that's
his
the
age.
beautiful thing about R-Truth. R-Truth knows how to play his fucking position, bro.
Yes, bro, and that's what a lot of these other wrestlers don't know how to do. Like, I think everybody, and this is I think I take this in life. I take this quote in life, and I'm sorry for cutting you off. But I think there's so many people that want to be at the top. There's so many bosses, but there's so many chiefs, but there's not enough Indians. Like, to me, Terry Funk is an Indian, but people shoved him up to the top because Terry was willing to give up the ECW title at one point. You know what I mean?
Terry also had some of the fucking greatest matches ever with OD. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Oh man, but
we found your boy. We found another Japanese Negro for you.
I'm a sucker for that good Good old All Japan swing, brother.
Man, I'm a sucker
All right,
for it
hold
too,
on.
man.
All right, don't get too engaged. We got other topics. Don't get too engaged.
What? You want us to talk about fucking Brett the Hitman Hart or Hulk Hogan? Bitch ass, rolled ass.
Brett's not on the docket.
Brett's a great
It's not on the
wrestler.
docket
Let's not
today.
do that. Let's not do
Not on the
that.
docket today. Listen, last thoughts on John Cena and R-Truth. I get too into it.
You love to see it.
This feels like the first time that there's a better direction with Cena as a heel. I think with the character like R-Truth, brought that out of him, and I think it was missing a little bit with the Randy Orton stuff. It was missing, especially at WrestleMania. I'm gonna put some of that on Cody Rhodes. Like honestly, that performance. Cena, I'm giving him. I understand where they're going. Cena's not here to be cheered.
He's not wrestling for
shit. He's cheating. He ain't trying to excite you Negroes. He's trying to win. Take this title.
I love that shit. My inner master.
This felt like the first time that he bounced off somebody well as a character, and it's like it's R-Truth. So it's like maybe that's something that a Jey Uso can do. Like Jey Uso might not give you a 5-star match, but that emotion he might be able to bring.
Hold on, don't say that though, because that's how we end up with goddamn. We don't need Johnny 2 belts, okay?
He's not. I don't think he's gonna get 2 belts. I think Seth's gonna get that eventually. But
Seth is coming for that belt.
Jay's
got one more title before Seth comes.
Somebody else
one baby,
by the
two.
All right, hold on.
Title defenses.
Big Jim.
We hitting the wrap it up button. Now we also had NXT Battleground. I thought the show was underwhelming. To me, I
love Battleground.
This show was really good.
I thought the best match on there was. I thought the best match on there was Kalani versus Sol Ruka.
No, hold on. You weren't rocking with Trick versus Joe Hendry.
I didn't give a fuck too much.
That's crazy.
He hates Joe Hendry.
I don't know what Joe Hendry was doing, but I mean, to drop the belt to Trick, I know it's gonna lead to Mike Santana winning that, and then bringing that back home to TNA. Joe's making the transfer here.
Thank you, Earl, for having a fucking brain, bro. Because all these little marks is. Oh well, did you know WWE is burying TNA? No, dumbass. They don't want TNA. Doesn't want to put a face to face, which is technically Joe Hendry versus Mike Santana.
Yeah,
and they know Mike Santana's clearly
face Santana
transitional.
I'm just gonna honestly say I'm not 110% behind Santana just yet. I love Santana. I've been loving him since his AEW and even his LAX run.
Bro, LAX.
Yeah, but I don't know, like him trying to be like this. I don't know what. I think he's struggling. Him and Mia Yim are just struggling.
I don't think they're struggling. I think currently Earl, he has been over in most of his career. I don't know if it's just me being a bias and being potentially, from the same hood. Me and him actually have a good relationship together. So I think I might just be a little biased because that's my boy. I'm rooting for my boy at the end of the day.
I feel you. And I'm not saying don't root for him. I'm just saying
this one's been questionable. That's all.
And then not only that, but you know what also too? I want for him so badly to win that TNA belt back, but in a bigger audience and not in a TNA audience. I'm being and if it could be in a
that's what could get him though.
Because I don't think Impact is not giving them big numbers. They're not getting big numbers. So
it's TNA.
It's TNA.
I mean, get the numbers that they get.
Yeah.
I mean, for the numbers
super consistent
for the numbers that they got.
It may not be the biggest viewer base, but
no shade to TNA. No shade.
Anything on the pay-per-view before I rebuttal that TNA remark. Anything on the pay-per-view?
If Kalani and Sol Ruka had dicks, they would have gave this like 5 or 6 stars.
True.
What did Meltzer give it?
Who cares?
I don't give a fuck about it, but I hate when whenever he gets a score it's sometimes so weird. The scores are just so off.
Bruh, the scores that fucking Diesel Bully probably
Give him
rolling
everything.
in his fucking
I'm guessing
grave
nobody
with
like
what
that.
fucking Meltzer's done to the Observer.
On
Yeah.
So I'm
the
guessing
pay-per-view,
What'd you say,
Jordan
Spree?
Grace Stephanie McCure, did it hit? No, I don't think it did, really.
I don't
Yeah,
think that match hit at all.
I was gonna ask you that question right now.
Not quite.
Y'all didn't fuck with the Obafemi match?
No.
I fuck with Obafemi.
It was okay.
I fuck with Miles Bourne. He's also similar to
I
Kyle
went
Fletcher.
into it
He
thinking,
is
yo,
2009 Randy Orton. That
I
nigga
don't
looks
fuck
just
with
like
Miles
Randy
because
Orton.
fucking Stephanie McCure, and that's not okay with me. That nigga don't deserve that. So like,
I
I'm hating.
respect that.
I'm
I
hating from
respect
like,
that.
I'm hating from that
Goodness gracious.
standpoint.
Wait,
But,
Miles
like,
Bourne is
He
second
did
down
a lot
Stephanie
better
back
than
there.
I thought he was gonna do.
Big question for you guys before we move on. Though.
Typing out Stephanie McCure, yes.
Big
Are we
question
talking
for
about
you
the
guys
death-
though before we move
That's
on.
Randy Orton.
Hell no.
Haha.
But
He
I got
does
a
sort of
question.
look like that.
I do have a question for y'all before we move on though. Do you think that by Jordan Grace taking this L, do you think that she was going to be the one that she did not want to have the belt for a day and then just drop the belt to somebody else?
Yes.
I think that she's really close to the main roster.
didn't work for her sister.
And I think it'd be pointless
He's getting called up
to
there.
put a belt on her just to have her.
Her
drop
and
it.
Stephanie are getting called up. So.
Yeah,
I know,
we'll
man.
talk about it in a minute. But to rebuttal your TNA question, I think Mike Santana is a good choice considering the last TNA champion to win from AEW from their partnership that TNA gained nothing from was
Which is
Josh
Christian.
Alexander.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Alexander again. Then it got vacated. And Steve Macklin, Alex Shelley, Moose again, Nick Nemeth for 100 plus days. Then Joe Hendry, and now it's Trick Williams. So I think Mike Santana is a good choice because now you could get some fresh faces on there.
Remember the good old days when Kenny Omega was the Impact champion?
No, that was not good because Kenny Omega didn't.
It was good. Fuck
No,
you,
Kenny Omega barely wrestled. Like
He
The
barely
belt
wrestled.
collector-
Belt collector Kenny barely
Yay.
wrestled.
That's what made the gimmick so fucking good.
No,
it was great, but
But
then
he was
again,
belt
he
collector.
had no
Fuck
matches
you guys.
for
Belt
this. So
collector
how
gimmick was good. I don't care.
The match with Christian was good.
Let's slow down.
We're
Let's
still
slow down.
giving shit promos.
Enough on Kenneth Olivier, and then we're talking
Yeah,
about
shout out Kenny. Shout out Twinkle Toes
Or
McFinger bang.
no more nothing was this weekend. Also,
This match pissed me off.
Yeah, this match
you
I
know
didn't
what?
like that.
I would like to say, Lost Frank Hangman. That was a good match. Not
Shut
gonna
the fuck up.
What would you rate that
oh,
match? What would you rate
Hell
that?
yeah,
I
Cam.
say
Big
this.
shit, Cam Stars and Chaos.
Hold on. I always say when Will Ospreay is against an opponent that's going to make him wrestle, he wrestles. Kenny Omega, he wrestles Ricochet. They're going to be flying all over the fucking building. If he wrestles any type of
Bang, I'll give you that.
he wrestles somebody
Hangnail
that you
needs to
don't
be
have
ground.
a real connection with in the ring to match their ability to wrestle, just plain wrestle, and put on
Yo, I
a
was looking at
wrestling.
memories.
He can do that. He put on a wrestling match with MJF. He put on a wrestling match with Kenny Omega. Will Ospreay can put on a wrestling match. That's what he did with Hangman. He was selling. He had ring psychology. He was doing X, Y, and Z. He wasn't going 90 miles an hour until maybe the second half of the match. So
It was really. Hold on, we're not gonna act like it was all smooth though. I feel like Will Ospreay though. I feel like you start to really, when he does slow down and try to do this methodical style, is when you actually see the holes in it.
The match started with rust holes. What are we talking about?
No, but I'm saying that's when you see the holes in his game, Cam, is when he slows down.
We know he doesn't have the fundamentals down pat. We get that, but he was utilizing fundamentals in this match. That's why you can appreciate it.
I'm not personally attacking old Willie.
I get it.
You know, I fuck with the aerial assassin. I do, but I just
I do too.
I'll say
this
real fast. I'll say it real fast. For this pay-per-view, like every other AEW pay-per-view, there's a high and there's a bunch of lows. Highs, you had Mercedes and Jamie Hayter. Great match. Loved all
of
it.
You just be
with the meteor. That was stupid. But other than that, great match. And then we get hold on. Let's slow down.
I love Jamie Hayter though. I love Jamie Hayter.
I love Jamie Hayter.
The lows outweigh the good. The lows of the show hurt us in these stupid tag matches. The
It's
Paragon.
not-
Who cares about Sammy
The
Guevara?
B Riders.
Paragon in
Let's
a
talk about the
nasty
B
throwing match,
Riders.
or Timu Undisputed Era in a fucking nonsensical match.
Jesus Christ.
And I figured Arena was just hard to watch. It was just a bunch of dumb shit and a bunch of
Let the
idiots
bodies
on
hit
it.
the
I don't
floor, though,
understand.
Cam.
That out
Yeah,
that
yeah,
arc
give me
in the
a
arena
minute.
match
I'm getting
is
to it.
trash.
I'm getting to it. Also, bad matches on there. It didn't make sense. FTR versus Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. Who gives
That
a
shit
fuck?
was stupid. as
Nobody
fuck.
gives a
about
fuck.
Nigel.
Nobody
On the
gives a
Daniel
fuck.
Garcia.
Hey,
You don't have to make
hey,
every
don't you
card
fucking say
on
that. I love
And don't
Nigel
forget-
McGuinness, goddamn it. Don't you
And
fucking
don't
say
forget,
that.
I don't want to hear nothing about the booking of the women because Megan Bain was in a title match last month. Now she's on the pre-show. I don't.
Tony Khan should get rid of
That
his
shit
women's
is
division.
fucked up.
So how do y'all feel about Double or Nothing? We can start one at a time. Earl, how do you feel about Double or Nothing? What was your favorite match on the card?
All right. If I was to be brutally honest, favorite match on the card was Hayter versus Mercedes. I am still not. I don't know. Mercedes is just not it for me as of right now with this belt hoarder collector gimmick that she's running.
Kenny Omega ripoff.
Yes, and I love Jamie Hayter. I think Jamie Hayter not having a strap does not make her look good. And that was my favorite match on the card. But out of 5, that whole pay-per-view is a 3 out of 5 for me.
Fair. Afro, I know you don't care, but you might care.
I think it was a. You know, I try not to be so critical of AEW. I do. Because I was just looking back in the day, and I was a big proponent of AEW in the early years. It's sad to say that the company's only 5 years old, but I think overall I give it a 2.5, maybe a 3 if I'm being generous. And unfortunately, I think that the thing I enjoyed the most probably was the bullshit anarchy in the arena match, and that's just because I got to see Shibata put a trash can on his head and fucking headbutt somebody while fucking Samoa Joe stood there with a shirt that said the ops on it.
He copying EO Ho. Flow.
He did copy EO's whole thing, but he didn't jump off of anything, so he did.
He really didn't. Nah.
He literally just he headbutted that nigga while he had the fucking trash can on. I mean, fuck the B Riders. We know how I feel about the good old B Riders. They fucking John Moxley in his fucking briefcase.
Jamel Ortiz, you have a take on Double or Nothing?
I'd give the show, I guess, a 3. If I'm being generous towards it.
Yeah.
You kind of said it the best. It's a lot more lows than highs, unfortunately. And I don't mean to shit on the product. I don't like shitting on the product. I'm not an AEW hater. I
love all
the
wrestling.
I love all wrestling, exactly, at the end of the day. So the fact, there's more lows than highs, it kind of bums me out. I do think the best match on that card was Will Ospreay versus Hangman.
Yeah.
I just hate that we
Even
still have
though-
to fucking see Hangman.
Even though there was times that Will Ospreay did not use a little bit of ring psychology in that match, but
I was about to say, bro, you could tell he had to focus on not getting too high flying with it. You could tell that he needed to put that extra energy.
You appreciate it.
Yeah.
You appreciate it.
He showed restraint.
but
I'll
overall,
be fascinated. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good, bro. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say I'd be fascinated to see like Will Ospreay versus Chad Gable. Because Chad's so good with psychology and everything. I think that'd be interesting to watch. But
You know who else is good? You know who else is good with the in-ring psychology like that, yo? El Grande Americano, brother. Let me tell you about that.
Brother,
Nah,
brother.
I don't think.
Brother,
I don't think
let me
he'd match
tell
up
you
with
about El
Rich
Grande
Boy.
Americano.
But yeah. For me, I say I'm right along the lines with y'all. Like with AEW, because these shows so goddamn long, you got to take the good with the bad.
If they would just shorten the
Sometimes-
match part a little bit, bro,
If
just take
they-
a couple fucking matches.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's no need. For
Every card
15
doesn't
launch
need
cards, bro.
7+ matches.
And my thing is, look, I love to hurt business. Not her
We
syndicate.
heard
So
people.
they can do no wrong, but who gives a fuck about Sammy Guevara and the year of our Lord 2025? Like
Nobody.
honestly,
His wife and
Dustin,
kid though. His
nigga,
wife and kid.
Dustin, go. You should have
Damn.
went with your brother. Like just go with your brother.
Yo, he should have
Yeah,
came back. Yeah.
Dustin's a double champion.
We'd
Who
have gave
gives a
Gold
fuck?
Dust another legend friend, brother. We'd
Who
have
gives a
gave Gold
fuck
Dust
about the
another
goddamn undisputed era, the shuffling corpse that is the Paragon or whatever the fuck they are. Anarchy
Yo,
in the
whatever the
arena.
fuck they're calling
Cool.
themselves.
I guess. Let the bodies hit the floor. Will Ospreay, like y'all said, you can see
But what
when
about the
stuff
ops
goes
stuff?
down.
What about the ops stuff?
Who gives a
There's
shit?
about the odds, brother.
Yeah, the ops brother. We got to
Yeah.
talk about the ops brother. Samoa Joe and the
But,
ops
like,
brother. Let me tell you.
It's like y'all saying. I don't want to shit on AEW because I'm gonna be honest.
Because we be
outside
shitting on
of
the
the
watch.
death- Outside of the Death Riders, the Meat Riders,
The D Riders. The D
Outside of
Riders.
them.
Call them by their proper
outside
name.
of them, there is quite a few things to like on AEW, and it's just like it's like you got a fucking cheeseburger, and it's like it looks good. And they decide to make it double, and the second patty is just a big pile of dog shit, and it's like, yeah, you still got a cheeseburger, but really you just got a shit sandwich, and it's like the Death Riders.
Yo, was this
are
the
shit.
first Anarchy in the arena where women were in the match?
Yep.
Yes.
So it's like if they end this fucking,
I know
angle,
Willow, and then there's
ASAP, they be golden.
right? You know, you guys know who I'm talking about. That
Marina
one chick, but
Shafir?
nobody knows. No, I don't know her. I don't
Who?
know her, but that's her name.
He's
You
the
mean
same
that
shit.
that generic MMA woman
Yeah.
Oh my
Ronda
god.
Rousey rip-off number
who's
3.
getting piped down by
Oh my
Roderick
God.
Strong?
I was gonna say Holly Holmes, but okay.
Jesus Christ.
Less
All right, listen,
charismatic
Ruth
Ronda
Bader
Rousey.
It's a lot of news in wrestling. I guess we go with the top one. Mariah May is WWE bound. She's going
Let's go. That's
Oh,
top
Rhea
tier
May.
milk.
Hell yeah.
She deserves it.
And after that performance with Tony Storm, brother.
Yeah, she put on a hell of a match.
And this goes with my other point. I think she's going straight to NXT because
Oh yeah, she's
everybody-
NXT bound, but I think she's gonna fucking
You have-
shine.
You got Jordan Grace. She's going to SmackDown. Stephanie McCure is going to Raw.
Raw.
Julia Ari on SmackDown. So now
Ooh.
and Jason James
Hey,
is champion.
ooh,
So you
and-
now
Yo, I see what they did there.
Immediately because Mariah May.
Imagine
So-
Megan Bain on NXT being their top fucking heel.
Megan Bain.
Imagine
Imagine
if had not
if
been
only
booked,
Megan
though.
Bain could fucking wrestle.
Isn't that just
She's
a whole new
Bitch can't wrestle.
It's just another
real
yeah.
quick. I'm just saying, with Mariah May probably going to NXT with a new
How you got a sloppy bump kick?
what?
She'll clean it up.
I'll
She'll
say
clean it up.
NXT. I say NXT probably in 3.0 right now with the women. They still have a solid women's right with Sol Ruka, Kalani Jordan, Flash Legend, all
Jada
them.
Parker,
Obviously,
my boo.
NXT's gonna
Mariah May
sprinkle.
All the lights.
she's gonna fit right into that in the WWE in the NXT style right now. I'm not gonna say WWE style, but the NXT style. So I think it's good. Go on her.
Bree was trying to make a point, and we all interrupted him.
No, I mean that was the point. I think she's gonna fit in fine, but I think with Deonna Purrazzo not being shown, and also just like other women not getting to perform, where it's just like, all right, we're gonna make this about Tony Storm, Mercedes, fuck Thunder Rosa, fuck like anybody else.
Bruh,
Chris
the waste
Taylor,
of Thunder
Works
Rosa
to me,
doesn't
though.
have a result, doesn't have a result. Like I don't get it, but hey.
I don't know what
AEW
fucking TK smokes before he books AEW.
I'm seriously asking, like, put a missing
Where's
person
Riho?
report on
Where's
TV.
Sheeta? I don't know.
Where's Rio?
Where's
Yeah.
Sheeta?
Riho.
And I'm
Rio.
sorry, but Megan Bain.
Bruh, she's just too sloppy.
I hope for
She's
her
so
to have a
fucking
speedy
sloppy.
recovery. That
Brother.
shit that she went through was just brutal.
I mean, she looks amazing. She has the
Oh, you
look.
saw
Hopefully she recovers soon.
what was it? Penelope Ford breaking her nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Jesus.
breaking her nose. Then I think her arm is broken too.
Damn.
Oh, she injured both of them. She didn't. Both of them got injured. Anna Jay
Yeah.
got injured.
Sucks.
I just think, listen, Megan Bain is just a little slow, and maybe, look, maybe Earl's right. Maybe she'll clean it up at some point. But when you're that big and you can't throw that big for a woman anyways, and you can't throw the most typical big person move, right, which is the big boot. Like this is big person wrestling 101. Just lift
I still
up
think
your
Jade
fucking leg.
Cargill's big boot is not a big boot.
Well, no, it's a pump
her,
kick.
Yeah,
Hers
her
is a
pump kick is
kick.
not. Her pump kick is not that.
It's
not
great, but
not too far off the rails. How you feel, Mariah?
Regardless of gender, Tess has the best big boot.
Jade Cargill's
RIP.
fuck, bro.
How y'all think Mariah May is gonna do in NXT?
I think in NXT she's gonna fucking shine.
She'll be the top heel, bro.
I think that somebody on the. I think she's gonna hook up with somebody on the main roster, and she might be less fun on Twitter if she's in the WWE, bro. Because fucking Mariah's hilarious on Twitter.
I have a feeling.
Cameron come over because I want her over there too.
I kind of.
I wish Thunder Rosa. She should bring Thunder Rosa with her, yo. I wish
she should have brought Mina Shirakawa with her. That's the
bring Mina.
Hell nah.
Titties, Earl. Titties. That's all I'm thinking about.
Hold on. Earl, your take on Mariah.
Earl, you anti-Mina Shirakawa?
Listen. Booker is already in trouble with the Stephanie shit. We gotta hear.
Sucky Booker.
Booker is slowly becoming he's becoming the king of this era. I hope you guys are realizing.
That's all right. But then
I don't mind it. I love Booker's commentary.
As long as he doesn't do the extracurricular stuff that King was doing.
Oh, but he's gonna have a
if he don't get no charges, he's good. He's good in this direction.
Hold on, do we know whether? So, is she gonna keep the Mariah May name, or are they gonna let her make her change?
They're probably gonna call her something else.
We saw Ricky Saints.
I think it's weird.
We saw
why did Ricky Starks have to change his name, but Ethan Page did?
Who knows?
Remember the Starks is still associated with AEW.
Huh?
I think the
Ethan
Starks.
Page been his whole career, so I mean, he probably got a trademark on his name.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
But I just hate the whole name change shit, yo. It's always a wrestling trope that I'm hating. Kayfabe is dead. You ain't got to change
it. You gotta make a profit some way. But moving on, I've seen a bunch of nasty re-edits of this just for hot clickbait nonsense, and people are just making their own mainstays about it. People don't know how to go back and read articles and watch videos and say what verbatim happened. MVP bringing up Tripple H, and we're like, "Oh, it's a race thing. It's a race thing." Tripple H don't like black people. So
bro, we
Triple K is more like it.
Right. What MVP said verbatim. Verbatim. That's a key word. Wrestling. Verbatim is. Yes. Let's just say this. Bobby Lashley was a 2-time WWE champion, and after he took over being Triple H, Lashley was reduced to the mid card. We saw that. Lashley was a bankable, marketable guy, and he got reduced to a mid card, whatever. What I said specifically in response to the person on my Instagram was that you see it. It's my opinion and how he chooses to book certain talents. Some people say all the time that, MVP is griping, MVP crying. Okay, we'll just watch the product. Who were the people on the top spots of his leadership? Who were given opportunities? And I'm not talking NXT. I'm talking about the main show. I have opinions based on my own experiences. At some point on my podcast, I'll talk about it and go in depth. And I'll be honest with you. My issues with him has nothing to do with race. My issues have to do with him as a person and our personal interactions and things that he said and did that caused me to have zero respect for him. That's what MVP said verbatim about Triple H. What is y'all take about it?
But we want to call him Triple K, Cam.
I know.
Listen.
But it has to be about
I know.
It has to be about race, Cam. It can't be a simple disagreement.
We got a race, big brother.
There's got to be some people racial connotation, brother. Why can't you understand that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Earl.
I knew
Earl,
from
what do you think?
WrestleMania 19, Triple H was always
Well,
that
there was
type
all
of
never
person.
forget. I'm no queer. I'm no queer.
Yep.
No queer.
Yep. And then
I'm
not
no
only
queer.
that, it's just that like I understand where MVP is coming from, but we also have to take into account, right? It's not just you and Bobby. The Baron Corbin was one. Fucking Elias was one. All these guys, like we lost. Listen. We lost so many good guys on NXT. So many guys, and listen. If Hunter's willing to at least give these guys an opportunity to come back, I think they
We
will
let
come
Rusev come back for fuck's sake.
back. Exactly. And
Andrade.
again, I'm just
Andrade,
not.
Alberto,
Yeah, Andrade's
El
another one too. Like, but listen, I'm not against nothing that MVP is saying, but my thing is this: if you want change, you gotta make the fucking change. You're in a new.
Be the change you want.
You're in a new
God damn
entity. You settled for tag team belts. I'm sorry.
True.
You settled for tag team belts. You
Let's
know
talk
that
about it.
you know that
Cold
Bobby is a
game.
fucking top star. You know Shelton is a top star. You
Yeah,
know you
why
have
did he
pull
get the
with
tag
TK.
team?
Make your pull with TK and make that shit fucking happen. If Rocket
Talk to
tell
him,
Travis
Earl.
Scott make that shit happen, make that shit fucking happen. It's not that hard to tell TK, yo, TK, listen, we got MJF in our corner. We got Bobby. We got Shelton. I have 2 top stars, 3 top stars in my caliber. What do you have to offer that's going to help me elevate these 3 guys? That's it.
When he's telling lies.
That is it. I seriously don't see the point of going on fucking social media and complaining. That shit gets nowhere. It gets nothing done. You are in a new separate entity with TK. TK is very open-minded with so much shit. We have this anarchy in the arena shit. You mean to tell me he's not gonna
This
want to
nigga
put
paying for music.
Bobby as a fucking star? Come on, bro. Come on. That belt looks like. Listen, I swear to God, after Swerve or whoever gets this belt,
Who's gonna
Darby-
win the belt off? But I think that's the problem with the once Bobby wins.
I don't
the
think
belt,
there is a belt
Who the fuck?
anymore.
Who believably takes the belt off of Bobby Lashley? Who's
Nigga Moxley
believably
conned the
take
belt.
Darby
that
Allin.
belt off of it?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know. Who is believably
Cassidy.
gonna take the
He said
tag
Orange
belt off of
Cassidy.
fucking the Hurts?
Hook.
And if
Hook's
it's
gonna
Orange
get the belt.
Cassidy, I don't want
All
that.
right, real quick.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy is crazy.
After you take on MVP, what is MVP?
I think. Look, if MVP's got a problem with Triple H,
Justin.
that's perfectly fine. He's a man. He has a problem with another man. I like that he's addressing that it's not about race. So it's sort of just, even though we all know how the IWC is, everything's about race there.
Well, they can't
If-
fucking read, so
Yeah, but I think
Blurred.
whatever his problem is with Triple H, that's his problem. I just think that it just gave the AEW supermarks and fucking everybody else that's stuck in
Got
the
their dicks
tribal
hard.
combat. It is fucking AEW versus WWE. It just fucking fired them up to say some nonsensical bullshit on Twitter that we're all gonna ignore anyways.
Exactly.
One more thing, I guess, before you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a business thing, but let's take initiative and let's realize, bro, this is like the 3rd time they reformed the same fucking group in a different promotion. This started
Yes.
with Impact.
Ooh.
It started. It went to WWE, and now it's going to
Little
AEW.
beat down clan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bring
Yeah,
back
like-
Kenny King, damn it.
The
Where
Big
is
Dick
it?
Club,
Bring-
as I like to call it, the BDC, the Big Dick Club. They were
Yeah,
the Big
so
Dick Club.
but that's my whole
Jesus.
point. Your whole thing is that you're mad that they ended it. In my opinion, it just ran its course, brother.
Literally did.
So you brought the same faction, a different name and a different brand. Now, let's say Bobby does win the champion. Then, like Afro said, there's nobody realistically that can beat him except for Blurred, I guess, if you want to fucking say Darby Allin. but there's not a baby face that can get. I see myself getting over unless it's Darby Allin. So Darby Allin has to fucking win.
Like niggas like, I just climbed Mount Everest. I can climb Bobby Lashley.
Hey, yo.
All did it. All did it.
And take this belt off Adam Cole and give it to fucking Shelton.
Yo, I
Holy
forgot
shit.
that. Cole.
Yeah,
All right, real
quick.
quick before I have my rant about it, Jamel, your rant about the hurt Negroes.
I mean,
Hurt
hurt Negroes, but I mean, Earl kind of nailed it. I'm glad that it is that he said that it's not about race. It's just, hey, I don't like how I was born. That feels good, so old fashioned and old school. I'm happy about that, but yeah, it's and Spree bringing up the fact that they have now recycled the same faction in the third promotion. It is wild and it is a funny observation to make, but yeah, I mean, y'all kind of nailed it. Y'all fucking nailed it, assholes. I ain't got no points to make. We can move on.
All right, real fast. just for him saying Bobby was a world champion. We all know Bobby Lashley looked better under Vince. Duh. Like, if you have two eyes, you can see that. But you can't complain about how Tripple H put him in a mid-card act when you're in a mid-card act with the same person under TK with tag team belts, and you have less than 10-minute matches on pay-per-views versus lackluster teams. And we're gonna put it bluntly, the House Private Party has been trying to win those tag team titles for 4 years, and he finally did it against the Young Bucks. Since 2019, they're trying to beat the Young Bucks for the World Tag Team title. They beat them in the tournament bracket. It didn't mean anything, but they proved they could beat them. So they've spent 4 years trying to get this title. What you do, you bring in ex-WWE guys, you took the titles off them real fast. They didn't even have a month reign.
Squash match.
That was a squash match. Your next match was
I wish Mark Quinn was in.
Your next match was against the Guns. The Guns haven't been on TV since. Your next match was against the Outrunners. Who the fuck are those guys? Those big 80s.
I hate the Outrunners so fucking much.
And that match was 8 minutes the fuck long. And now it's on
fucking Magnum ball bag and cocksucker
your
sensei.
Your next match was against the fucking Learning Tree. Who gives a fuck? Your next match was a Gates of Agony on Spring Breaking. Oh goodness. That was a 9-minute match. Who gives a fuck?
Who the fuck cares about the Gates of Agony?
Your next match against the Sons of Texas. Who gives a fuck? That was a 12
Go back to WWE.
What I'm saying is, you can't complain on what Triple H did when TK is booking you worse. You don't wrestle for a month.
I was about to say, TK is literally
and then you finally get put on the card because you have titles. They're booking you awful in this promotion that you're glazing.
Yes.
But other than that, whatever. Shout out to MVP. Shout out to everybody. Also, real quick, is we don't have too much information about it, but the Vinnie Mac is back. 14th and I, new sports entertainment company he's making. So
get that picture off the screen. Jesus, that is disturbing to look at.
We don't know what's it about. We don't know what he's trying to do. All we can say is the Vinnie Mac is back.
Oh wow! Breaking news: there's a case of sexual assault already at this company.
Damn, they already. SA is already on the
record time.
That's part of the resume, I guess. But we don't have to talk too much about that. Also, I got the last thing. Oh no, Ricky Starks. So Ricky Saints is gonna get called up allegedly. That's why he lost the North American title to fucking Ethan Page, and that's why he's not.
Yo, it's crazy. He's getting called up before
rematch. So, what do you think about Ricky Saints? Is he?
Wait, didn't he come in like January? Holy shit! Good for him.
What entity will he go to? Will he go to Raw? Will he go to SmackDown?
He's going to SmackDown.
TNA.
But I would love to say, and I know this might be
call up the TNA. Isn't a bad idea. Really,
isn't a bad idea. But I do think I have a suggestion for Ricky. How does Ricky join stuff?
That would have been a good pickup.
That would have been a good pickup too.
I think that could still be a good pickup. The
that would be unexpected too.
It is unexpected, and I think it's something they should look into.
Because us hardcore marks online, we know that Ricky Saints is a CM Punk guy. He's a Cody Rhodes guy. So then linking up with Seth Rollins, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yo, that would be nice.
Hold on. Last but not least, is this this good heel work, or is it going too far? Xavier Woods wishing Rich Holland a happy birthday.
Yo,
I'm
that's
just
how you heal, folks. That is how
Dear
you
God.
fucking
Sami
heal.
Zayn with the Dear God. Sami Zayn with
Sammy
Dear
with
God.
the Dear
Get that man.
Like,
Holy
is that
shit.
good heel work, or is it going too far?
That's
That is
amazing.
Way too far.
No,
That is
bro.
tier heel work.
No,
You know what? The fact that
bro.
we're trying to
That is
debate if it's
beautiful.
gone too far.
Because
Holy
it's
shit.
Ridge really did put Big E in.
He did.
He
Yeah.
did. But, bro,
You know what? Here's
it's
the
how
thing.
you work yourself into a shoe, brother.
Afro.
Is it?
Here's
Hold on,
where
hold
I
on.
think Earl was coming from.
Hold
Here's
on,
where I
hold on.
think.
Let me ask
Look,
this. Let me ask it real quick. Is it not the same thing as Owen Hart apologizing to Steve Austin and breaking his neck in WWE selling Owen whatever the fuck, I just broke your neck t-shirts? I'm just saying.
Bro.
It kind of is.
We're profiting off Stone Cold Steve Austin losing his technical ability and becoming a brawler
My
and
neck
being
sucks.
paralyzed as the Intercontinental Champion. I'm just saying.
My arm
We've seen
sucks.
worse. We've seen way worse.
Yeah.
It's in an area where it's like, ooh, I'm not uncomfortable with it, but I can understand others being uncomfortable with it and saying it may have gone a little too far.
Yeah.
I'm not. It could be both. It's possible that it can be two things at once. It can have gone too far
That can
and
be
be
true.
good work. Because holy shit, to do that to that down, they are committing to being heels because that is some diabolical shit to say. Hey,
Exactly.
And I seen on one of Xavier Woods' entrances, there was a special needs woman tried to reach out to Xavier Woods, and he kind of just like did this and just gave her the nasty look face, and her face was so distraught. I know
yeah,
that
Cornette probably loved it.
I know that A.W. Xavier was inside, but I think
because they good Negroes at the core. They good Negroes.
You gotta live your gimmick, brother.
Yeah, live the gimmick, brother.
That's why
KK
Ric Flair always goes broke. That nigga spends his way out of his money.
All right.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
You're a POS on per diem, so how do you feel?
He hates women too.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, that's why I hate women. No, I like it. I think this is good old fashioned heel work, bro. I think that Xavier Woods definitely asked Biggie before he did this. I guarantee you he did. I love it, yo. That nigga's doing his job. I enjoy when people do their jobs. Keep on healing it up, brother.
What's up?
You gotta take on Xavier Woods wishing Rich Holland happy birthday.
No, I think it, like Afro said, man, you know, you gotta love the people that take their job serious. And I'm talking about serious to the point where shit, even hurting one of your best friend's feelings to make some extra moolah in your pocket if you gotta do that. But yeah, shit, I'm all for it, man. You know, I don't mind it. I mean, why is IWC bitching about something again? Like, what's
no? I ain't seen too much on that. Just, you know, it's a piece of news before we wrap up. Also,
I mean, we did see JBL back in 2004 pushing Mexicans across the border. So this is light work. This is light work.
I mean, don't forget, our Del Rio saying, "Where are your papers?"
Oh yeah. Speaking
Jinder
of
Mahal said you looked the wrong way.
Speaking of Alberto Del Rio, I saw on a news article that he was beating up somebody in the news today.
He did beat up a
Yeah.
news anchor for no reason.
Yeah. In trouble with the holy shit. That's shocking.
Yeah, but
the sun is hot too.
Jamal, he's in Mexico. They barely get charged for shit.
So what?
It's not surprising.
Before you leave out of here, Tripple H hates the idea of the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, because it's not his idea or Vince
It's
McMahon's
not his idea.
It's Chris
Yeah.
Jericho's idea. So
Yeah.
why have something that?
Well, he
it's
should
a part
equally
of-
hate the Elimination Chamber because that's Eric Bischoff's idea. But hey,
He
who
should
knows?
hate War Games because that's Dusty Rhodes' idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying.
mean, but
He
you gotta
shouldn't fuck
remember.
with the Undertaker.
You gotta remember though, War
Why
Games.
WrestleMania?
Triple H grew up on War Game. Elimination
I don't think
Chamber.
he hates the idea of it. He hates the prop, so he could just hate the whole briefcase aspect of it. But I get
So
that.
why not just make it back to what it originally
You
was?
sell money on the briefcase.
I mean,
So
yeah,
good.
I get that, but make it a WrestleMania match. Bring it back to WrestleMania. Like, stop. Let's not make the gimmick match a whole PLE. Like,
Yeah,
It's
like
a
I
part
said,
of the big five. It's part of the big five now.
Earl, I brought that up and I said they should put that shit in Mania, and everyone looked at me with 6 heads. Like
nah.
if I was a blue eyes white
I
dragon.
liked it when it
bro.
was
Like,
when it was Mania.
Well,
I mean, I thought
yeah.
I think it should be a staple,
Keep in
but-
mind that it's been a standalone pay-per-view now for 15 years.
Yeah.
People are used to it. It's the same with like Raw being
It's a
3
big.
hours.
It
niggas are used
officially
to it
made
at this
Big
point.
4, Big 5. I think it's part of the Big 4 now.
Yeah.
People look
I-
towards somebody.
For me, if he hits the prop,
It's the
why
thing
not
is, don't
steal
get me
the
wrong,
idea
right?
from Lucha Underground and make it a belt. Like you could just
Yo,
steal that.
give me
if you don't
Lucha
like that prop.
Underground rematch. Where's Penta versus Kyrie Sane?
Nah,
God damn it.
nah, we can't do that.
Hey,
Run
you
that
did
shit back.
You
Do
could do
that.
that.
We did
I
that
would love
Lucha
that
Underground.
though.
We did.
love
I've
that.
seen Penta versus Kyrie before. I've seen Penta versus Io. I've seen
Yo,
Penta versus
I
Io
love
Scott.
Penta versus EO. I could watch Penta versus EO
Beat the
right
shit out of
now.
Chuck.
It's one of the best wrestling matches I've
Legit.
ever seen.
Legit.
So listen, SmackDown qualifiers is on. I'm going to be streaming SmackDown. We are good on this episode. You don't got it. We're taking a break from wrestling until fucking WWE shows the counter program fucking AEW again. That's gonna be a lot of wrestling crying about.
WWE being hyper petty.
Afro Conversation Friday got casual conversations, which I'll talk about. Pretty sure you talk about.
Oh
Diddy.
yeah. Yesterday we gave. You know the Diddy trial's still going on. We got our Diddy update. We heard from Mia, a distraught freaking assistant of Diddy's who was assaulted while Diddy was in a K-hole with an ice bucket. The nigga did a bunch of ketamine and hit this bitch with the ice bucket, then threw her in the pool, brother. But we've been covering the week to week Diddy, a bunch of other random social situations. We talked about Donald Trump pardoning NBA YoungBoy as well.
You gonna pardon Diddy?
He pardoned
that'd be
Chrissy
crazy.
Lopez.
We talked about how his pardon for fucking Hoover doesn't really count because it was a federal pardon, and he's still got state charges that he's going to have to serve.
That nigga still got 200 years. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a casual conversation. You already know.
I know the GDs were throwing a block party for that one, but
Yeah, I know. And he ain't even here now like that. But yeah, casual conversation on the casual conversation channel every Thursday, 9 Eastern Standard Time.
on the YouTube channel. Jamel,
Shout out to Rocks.
formerly Eastside Reviews.
Now, Cinnamon Suplex. Or is it Suplex
Yes,
and
sir.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon suplexes.
There we go.
I'm gonna start. So this weekend, I'm gonna start my rewatches of all the Summer Slams. I'm doing it early because I'm like, I don't know if I wait till fucking July or August, that it might not happen. So I'm gonna start doing it now. Be on the lookout for those little short reviews on the TikToks and on the YouTubes, and yeah, should be interesting going back to WWE, to the youngest of WWE's Big Four pay-per-views.
Yeah.
It should be
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So like and favorite, share all his videos. Free Wells, he casually joining us on the TikToks arguing about wrestling. He got his own channel where he's interviewing wrestlers, interviewing MVP, interviewing
I'm actually
TV wrestlers. So I'll let him take it away. You know,
I'm actually my fault, Blurred, for coming.
I'll try to give you an intro. Try to give you an
I love the intro, by the way. You know, he owns TKO shares, by the way, so you know, getting that validated point.
got my
Gotta
TKO
get up
401k.
We giving money to this nigga.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I haven't got a contract yet.
Listen, they don't know how to be acting.
Sign the man.
And I'm not even talking about the wrestling contract shit, nigga. I want the media shit. So we gotta get that rolling. But I'm doing a Slammiversary. That got confirmed. So I'll be doing media for TNA on Slammiversary.
Nice.
Congratulations.
I wish I could go with you. We going, right?
You gotta come, nigga. I told you.
Of course,
Where
bro.
that going? New York?
Yeah.
You know, New York gotta come represent,
Jersey.
bro.
I want to slide.
Well, Blurred,
All the East Coast niggas doing stuff.
If you can
That's fucked up.
drive to UBS, I don't have a problem putting you on the list, brother.
What the fuck is UBS?
I'm driving, bro. I'm driving.
That's Long Island City.
Midwest Negroes out. Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, it's
I'm not
Midwest.
Last but not least, Earl 2 GOAT Wrestling. He's on TikTok also yelling at niggas at full volume.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Earl.
Yo, wait, talking about. I know this. Jamal and Afro, y'all motherfuckers never joined his Blurred TikTok. What's up with y'all?
I'm not a TikTok Negro.
Well,
I'm
you gotta get
bro.
on there, Afro.
You gotta get on it, though.
Hilarious on Afro.
You gotta get on it,
top
bro.
5. Afro, you're top 5. On TikTok, you'll be top 5.
I'm just not a.
I be forgetting
I end
on
up
camera,
getting
to be
banned.
honest.
I end up getting banned for random shit on TikTok, and I don't even realize what I got banned for. I'm just not built for the platform.
Afro's too controversial, pretty much.
That's okay. Look. We went live on the overall 99 media TikTok for one casual conversation. Got banned for 30 days.
Wow.
Nigga got put in TikTok jail. That's fucked up.
No, you got
that was one live.
You gotta go live. You gotta go live at 8 a.m. talking about is polygamy.
Yeah, is that polygamy?
I wake up in the morning and do my 9 to 5, going to work, and I see these lives about polygamy, talking about be happy that black people only want equality and not revenge. Like all these crazy ass lies and stuff like that. Why is being a lesbian wrong? I don't know.
And look, them niggas can talk about that, but I get banned for 30 days for rolling a joint.
You have to do it in the AM. You gotta do it in the AM.
You gotta do it in the AM.
Afro,
I'm gonna put you on, Afro. I'm gonna put you on because I do it too. When I go live, a lot of people in the comments be like, I hear you pulling, and I'm like, damn. But you can't show the action of what you're doing on the cam. Like, you gotta like put it on the little side.
But here's the thing. I'm used to YouTube. I'm used to YouTube where I can do that shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
I can get blitzed as blitzed I want. I don't get demonetized. I don't even get demonetized. We don't even get demonetized.
He can't help himself. He's still rolling up pre-live before we hit the record. I'm just like,
before I go,
you know how I get down. I can't help it.
I got like 4 joints on your going. So, I mean, we gotta help him. But Earl, catch him on Blur Cartel's lives when we go on, and you catch him on TikTok doing his own lives, talking wrestling. What you got going on? Where you can follow you?
We're going in. I'm actually trying to get back into collecting wrestling figures, which was a big hobby that I've been loving since I was a kid. Yeah, so I'm hoping that later on this year, to create a YouTube channel dedicated to belts, wrestling, memorabilia, action figure collecting, or action figure news. We're going for the full 10 people. We're going for that ringside collectibles code. We need that. We need that. So I'm trying to create Eat Wrestling TV. So I hope that I could get some subscribers and a good following, a good couple of people to come and see the content, see what I got, and most definitely still we're on this wrestling bop. We're gonna keep bopping with wrestling. So
as you can see, hopefully Spree and show his face. We appreciate Earl for showing his face. But you need to understand, we got a suit and tie.
Work. I'm at work.
My man's
you know,
at
gotta get
work.
this money.
Oh, I was
Gotta get that
Hustling.
money.
Yo, first time for everything.
This nigga's a
Yo,
kid.
definitely flip that.
you get-
First time.
Also,
For 10
you
seconds,
know,
niggas flip
also
off
you
first.
know this is Earl's first time on it because he's still in portrait mode and not in landscape mode. But we're gonna get him medium trade. Don't worry
Yo,
about it.
yo, shout out to Earl though.
No, I hope he
First time
comes
on the show.
soon.
Hopefully not the
Oh,
last
he-
time.
I will.
Wrestling. And I hope Freeze come back on talk wrestling. And you know, we can all just talk wrestling and not yell at each other and curse each other out, call people idiots, and then call them hard.
So, nah, I gotta curse. I gotta curse.
Uh,
I gotta curse.
Oh, God.
You know I
We'll
gotta
get
curse
there.
people. You old
Do
ass mother.
yourselves. I'll be on TikTok. I'll be streaming SmackDown. It's 3 hours. No problem.
That's crazy, brother. That's
Do
crazy.
yourselves.
that 3 hour shit.
Yeah,
me
bro.
on
Take the 2 hours, please.